Hi, this is Ray Peck. Okay, today I just wanted to talk a little bit about a new up-and-coming boxer who's making lots and lots of noise around the heavyweight scene. You've probably heard of him. A young South Londoner, not too far from where I live, just up the road, comes from Greenwich in southeast London. He's 20 years old and he's a heavyweight. He's recently turned pro. His name's Daniel Dubois, and Daniel Dynamite Dubois, I think he's called. I've taken quite an interest in this guy, A, because he's fairly local to me, and two, because he's under Frank Warren, which is a really good reason as well to follow somebody, because Eddie Hearn seems to have the monopoly on the boxing world at the moment. So to have a potential champion in the making from a different camp, I think is pretty good. So anyway, Daniel Dubois, 20 years old, heavyweight. He's had 5 professional bouts, 5 knockouts, all in under 2 rounds. He's only fought 7 rounds. If you get a chance to get on YouTube and have a look at this guy, just look at his knockouts, just look at his power, look at his size, his build. He's formidable, I have to say. He's huge. He's a huge, powerfully built man. He's got a fight coming up on December the 9th, which I think is going to be on BT Sport. He's fighting a guy called Dorian Darch, I think it's pronounced. I don't know anything about Dorian Darch. I'm sure it's going to be a fairly easy night again. Now the reason he's making noise is A, because of the style of his knockouts. B, because he's a big guy. And he's a bit like Anthony Joshua. He's just blowing people away. Whoever they put in his path so far, he's blown them away. I like the fact that he seems to be quite humble. Now, the piece of news you might or might not know about him is that he sparred with AJ in the past. And he's put AJ down in the past, which he's been asked about this. You can find the interview on YouTube, and they ask him, "Did you actually floor Anthony Joshua?" And he says, "Yeah." Now, I fully understand that doesn't mean a thing in today's world, because what happens in sparring is completely different to what happens in the ring. And we all know that AJ's been on a fantastic journey. So he will have refined his skills and refined his technique. And we know he can be put down and get up and win fights. So being put down actually doesn't mean a great deal. What it does tell us is that Dubois has got the power to put people down, to put anyone down. And again, if you look at his YouTube videos, you'll see that. I love the fact that he's under Frank Warren, because I've got nothing against Eddie Hearn. I think Eddie Hearn's a fantastic promoter. He's done a fantastic job for boxing, as his dad did for snooker. British boxing, I don't think, has ever been in a stronger position in the world. We rule the world at the moment, pretty much across the board with our boxers. Now, if you'd have said that 20 years ago, and up to 20 years ago, it was always America. Certainly in the heavyweights, it was always America. In the middleweights, you've got a lot of Latin America and places like that. People like Roberto Duran, Julio Cesar Chavez, and people like that. So to be in the position we're in now is largely down, I would say, down to Eddie Hearn. But he's not the one in the ring doing the business, is he? It's his fighters. So but he has cornered the market, and I'd like to see, you know, I'm not a big fan of Frank Warren, to be honest, but to have a fighter coming out of another camp that can potentially completely upset the apple cart, I think is fantastic. So there's a guy called Nathan Gorman, I think it is. He's another fairly new heavyweight, 11-0, 9 KOs, and he is pretty much called out Daniel Dubois. So I think that could be a good potential mix, and could sort the men from the boys out of those two. I haven't seen anything of Nathan Gorman. You know, I've watched all of Daniel Dubois' short, sweet fights. If I had to call it just based on that, and that's a ridiculous thing to say, I would say Dubois, just to me, looks well. You know, I just think he looks the real deal already. And Frank Warren is already quoted. You can see it across all the newspapers. He's already been quoted as predicting that Daniel Dubois will take AJ's world title, within a year. That's a big shout. You know, that's a big shout to say. And, you know, in my experience, promoters don't say those sort of things lightly, you know, unless they have a lot of belief and they've seen things in the gym and in training and in that boxer's inner self to make them say that. So where does the journey go? That's the question. I actually put something on Twitter the other day about Daniel Dubois. You know, what are his next? You know, assuming he gets past Dorian Darch, and assuming he gets past, if that fight comes off Nathan Gorman, you have to at some point start to slowly step up if he wants that ultimate fight with AJ or whoever the world champion is at that time, whether it will still be him, whether it will be Tyson Fury, whether it will be I don't know, Wilder. He could, you know, there's nothing guaranteed in this sport, and we know that AJ can be hurt. So, you know, and there's nothing more unpredictable than a heavyweight bout. So I guess, you know, you got to look at people like Dillian Whyte, Derek Chisora, Tyson Fury eventually at some point. If he wants to climb this ladder and become a world champion, he's got to face these people. I just think it makes for a really interesting couple of years coming up again, and it keeps us at the top of the tree in the heavyweight scene. So take a look at his videos. Read some of the press about him. My opinion, I think he's going to completely upset the apple cart. He's going to rock the world with regards to heavyweight boxing, and he's going to put a spoke in the wheel of Eddie Hearn's camp. I might be wrong. Have a look at his videos. Tell me what you think. Okay, that's all I wanted to say. My name's Ray Peck. I hope you like this video. Please subscribe if you did. Give me the thumbs up and give me a like. And any comments, please put them below. Thanks very much.